All right, I think we are live. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How's everybody doing today? Let me take down this banner real quick. I am literally on a timer because I am trying to repurpose my content on TikTok. So I have to keep it under 10 minutes. So I am going to jump right into this conversation this morning. But before I do that, good morning. Happy Tuesday. Why does my glasses, everything looks crooked to me this morning? Okay. If y'all saw my stories, y'all know I had an encounter with a deer this morning. So I'm already shook up for the morning. But yeah, a deer tried to eat me this morning and I was so very scared. He was looking at me like I was lunch, and I'm telling you, I don't think there's not many things that your girl is afraid of, but your girl is scared of deer, and that's on everything. Your girl is scared of deer, and good morning, happy Tuesday. Let me get into this conversation. So, welcome to my live. If you're joining me for the first time, my name is Dory on Purpose. You can find me on just about every social media platform as Dory on Purpose. Of course, right here on Facebook, where we're going live, right here on YouTube, where we're going live, it is Dory on Purpose. On Instagram, it's Dory on Purpose. And on TikTok, it's also Dory on Purpose, but I'm also known over on TikTok as the Digital Grandmom. So I'm excited today because I told you over the next 90 days, and I keep looking here because I'm trying to stick to this time frame. Over the next 90 days, I'm going to be coming to you every day to tell you why you should consider investing in a digital marketing program. So let me make something abundantly clear this morning, and welcome, welcome, welcome to the live as you join us. I'm not going to wait for anybody because I'm on the 10-minute timer. Either you come now or you come later. If you're here on the replay, hello. If you come in as you join the live, please type in your name and what city and state you're calling in from. I got to keep this short today because I'm really trying to meet my time frames. But here's the deal. I mentioned this morning, and I think it deserves a remention, if remention is a word. If you market anything online, if you use social media platforms to market anything at all, you, my friend, are a digital marketer. Okay, let me show you how. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So today, of course, we're talking about digital marketing. And yesterday, we spent a few minutes talking about what is the definition of digital marketing. Let's talk about it again real quick because I think this deserves a revisit. Good morning. If you just joined the line, welcome, welcome, welcome. What is digital marketing? I'm right here in the dictionary, guys. It says digital marketing involves using online channels like the internet, social media, and email to promote and sell products and services. So, like I said, if you, my friend, sell a product, hey, Keisha, what's up, girlfriend? If you sell a product, and you use social media channels, I'm here to inform you in case no one has. Keisha, you're a digital marketer because all you are simply doing is using digital platforms to sell a product or service. Now, if in fact you did not know that, you can thank me later. But, oh, look, I forgot my microphone. Check, check. Okay, here we go. But if you want to take it to another level, you need to follow me for the next 90 days. I can't believe we're down to 4 minutes already. It's no way. You need to follow me for the next 90 days. Okay, let's get into day 3, okay? Because over the next 90 days, I am going to be sharing with you some of the information that we're learning in our digital marketing course. And I don't know how I'm going to stay under 10 minutes. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't have to find another way to repurpose on TikTok because this is not going to work for me. I can tell you right here from the gate, okay? So on every day, our mentor, her name is Michelle O'Neill, inside of our digital growth community. Yesterday, I talked to you a little bit about that community. I mentioned to you that there are over 52,000 people who are currently in our community. I love, love, love this community, which is housed on school. And over the next 90 days, we are doing what's called the Freedom Sprint, where we're going to teach you the skill sets of digital marketing that would help you to build your brand, grow your following, and convert with confidence. All of that is so important, guys. If you are an online marketer, and this morning on my stories, I said, I don't care if you sell, and this is not put at anybody, but it was something that just came in my head. I don't care if you sell popcorn patches or peanut butter. I don't care if you sell tea bags. I don't care what you sell. Whatever you sell, if you're using the online platform, you, my friend, are a digital marketer. Now, why not max this thing out? Why not use these digital streets to the highest levels so that you can get where you want to be, so that you can get away? Now, nothing. I'm not talking about your cousins. Look at me. I'm not talking about your cousins. But can you put a one in the comments if you're tired of depending on your friends and your family members and your cousins to purchase from you in order for your business to be successful? Wouldn't you like it if you could tap into the 5.64 billion, that's with a B, people worldwide who use the internet daily? That is 68.7% of the population. Come through. Keisha said it best. We're all out here in these digital streets. Whether you want to admit it or not, if you're doing anything online, you out here in these streets, and these streets are moving fast. Let me show you how fast this digital highway is going right now, Keisha. It's lit up. Somebody type lit up in the chat. Okay, let's get into this conversation. So we're on day 3 right now. We're on day 3 of our 90-day run, which is our 90-day sprint. I'm going to show you one more time because I think it warrants another show. The name of our 90-day sprint is the Freedom Sprint, where you will learn to build your brand, grow your following, and convert with confidence, where you will also get away from having to promote to your friends and your family members and your cousins in order to make money. Now, if you're anything like me, you've been in this space for a long time. I've been out here in these streets for a long time. I was in these streets when we was on horse and buggies, baby. When we was doing meetings at hotels. I was out in these streets when we had beepers. We didn't even have cell phones. This wasn't around when I first came out. Ain't it cute? Look at them. That's my bubs. None of this was here when I first came out here. But can we agree that the times have changed and that we are now a digital economy and that everything that we're doing is so connected because of social media, and that there are good things about that and there are bad things about that? But if you are serious about making some money online, it is time for you to learn how to tap into these 5.64 billion people who come to the internet every single day. Okay, so what was day 3 about? Day 3's title was, how do you turn your shoulds into musts? Okay, now let me explain these. Let me explain this rather. When a should becomes a must, you don't need motivation anymore. Where's my red book? Right here. When a should becomes a must, you don't need nobody to tap you on your shoulder and get you going in the morning. I learned this from one of my older mentors. When a should becomes a must, people do some incredible things. Think of a time in your life when a should became a must and what that mustered up inside of you. And that's what we talked about on day 3, because we don't always get straight to the money in our digital community, even though we talk about it every day because the money's out there. Oh, yeah, I'm talking about you, sister. But one of the things we understand is that in order to make money out here in these digital streets, you got to get your mind right. You got to have the mindset to make money. You have to understand that if it's to be, it's up to me. And guess what? We were given an assignment yesterday to watch this video by Tony Robbins where he talked about it's no longer okay. Well, we can't be poor. Poor habits just don't pay. Poor habits just don't pay. Okay. We know that people who have poor habits, I don't care how much motivation you get. If you have poor habits don't pay. Can somebody put that in the chat for me? Poor habits don't pay. If you would rather watch TV than to read a book, if you would rather not come to the line and promote something a couple times a day, if you have poor eating habits, you're going to be fat. Now I'm just talking to me. If you have no discipline, you're going. If you lack consistency, nothing's going to work for you. So poor habits lead to poor results. But in today, in this economy, it's not even good enough to be good anymore. We going somewhere. Nowadays, good habits give you almost poor results. Tony Robbins said, even when you have excellent habits, all you're going to get is good rewards. Hey, Kimberly Rogers. So poor habits, we know, lead to poor results. It's a wrap. You don't have no good habits, you ain't getting nothing, okay? Nowadays, good habits are not even enough because people say, I'm a good person, I got good heart, I do so much, and you're still nowhere near where you want to be. Even today in these digital streets, I hate to be the bearer of this news, but people with excellent habits are just getting good results because in this economy, in this digital age that we're living in, you have to raise your standard to outstanding. Who is calling me? I'm on live. What you need?
Can you bring me some bags?
I can't. No, I can't. I can't. Keisha, can you type in the chat if you can still hear me? Let me put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Now I know. I'm sorry, guys. Can somebody just type in the chat and let me know if you can still hear me? Kimberly, Keisha, or anybody else who's out there, let me know if you can still hear me because I had a disruption with the phone call. What I was saying when I was so rudely interrupted is that today's standard has to be outstanding. And that is why I am so adamant about making sure that you understand that there are resources out there where you can learn how to be outstanding in these digital streets. That if you're going to be a digital marketer, if you are going to market products online, why not equip yourself with the skill sets to make you outstanding? And you know what happens when you become outstanding? You stand out. When people try and decide who they're going to purchase from, they choose you. When people decide what business they want to join, they join you. When people decide where they want to spend their money, they spend it with you because they want to be aligned with someone who is outstanding. You have to be outstanding out here in these digital streets. That's strong, Kimberly. That's a strong statement. That's it. Because outstanding is the only way now. Now, what does this have to do with day 3, Dorian? What does this have to do with digital marketing? Because on day 3, we talked about shoulds becoming musts. See, when a person decides to be outstanding, they command their day. Now, let me tell you something. I shared a video in my personal community. Let me tell you something, baby. Myron Golden, not only is he fine. If y'all see Myron, I told him I love me a nice, good-looking, gray-haired man. But he's so intelligent. He's so spiritually aligned. I want to read some things that I learned from Myron about commanding your day. If you're going to be outstanding, you have to command your day. You have to wake up with intention. And he said, how you start your day is very important. You have to wake up with intention. I'm only going to give you a few of these because I want to give you a little digital marketing stuff. How you start your day is not just a habit. It's a spiritual agreement between you. No. Let me say that again because I don't want to misquote Mr. Myron Golden. He said, "How you start your day is not just a habit; it's a spiritual agreement between who you are and who you desire to become." Ooh, baby! When I heard that, I sat myself down and knew that the next 23 minutes of my life belonged to Myron Golden. He said that motivation. Let me get to that part because that was so good. Where is it at? He said, a lot of us say, motivate me, motivate me, motivate me. Motivation may get you going, but it's emotional and it fluctuates. Motivation is borrowed energy. Discipline. Somebody probably discipline in the chat. Discipline is owned energy. He said you must command your morning. And there are 3 things that you need to focus on. 3 things, guys. Write this down. Oh my God. Before we get to the 3 things, let me tell you something else he said. It was so deep. He said routines are not restrictive. Some people say, I can't, I feel restricted to my routine. No, routines are not restrictive, baby. They're rhythmic. Oh my God. You know, when something has a rhythm, it becomes second nature. Rhythm, 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 rhythm. Routines are not restrictive, they're rhythmic. I'm reading from my little red book where I take my notes. He said, high achievers have mastered their rhythm. Well, we're gonna get to day 3, but y'all need this because see, if your mind ain't right, what Mr. Myron Golden said is there's 3 things you need to have right in the morning. You need to have your mindset time, you need to have movement, and you need to have mastery. Mr. Myron Golden was trying to get me excited in here. He said, the world rewards those who master their gifts. Morning are a Oh, I'm sorry. He said, you must show your future that you are serious and your future will not meet you halfway. I'll say it again, Keisha. It's mindset. We're going to talk about a little bit movement and mastery. Mindset, movement, and mastery. He said, you must show your future that you are serious. I'm talking about consistency, you guys. I'm not talking about, because first of all, let me just explain something. The only person I can see right here is me. I'm really having a conversation with myself because I'm a starter and a stopper. Well, I have been. I remember days that I would go hard for 90 days and it showed in my paycheck. Lately, I've been a kind of flippy floppy. I'm not going to lie. But I made a decision that the next 90 days were going to be the 90 days that change everything. I made a decision and I meant it. And I've been doing good for 3 days. I tell you, got to start somewhere, right? So your future will not meet you halfway. Let me tell you some other things he said. Successful people do not leave their mornings to chance. That's why you got to get that rhythm. You got to get that rhythm. Motivation may get you going again, but it's emotional and it fluctuates. Discipline does not. Oh, write this down, y'all. Discipline does not negotiate with your excuses. And I ain't stuck. I'm just going to sit that right there for a minute. Matter of fact, I'm going to write that down because I think y'all need to see that one thing. Hold on 1 second. Let me just create a little banner. Discipline does not negotiate with, that's so important, with your excuses. Discipline does not negotiate. Discipline does not negotiate with your excuses. I'm going to let that sit for a minute. Because, see, we can come up with 10 million excuses why we can't, won't, will, won't, whatever. But discipline says, no, no, no. Sorry. That excuse is only serving you. It's not serving your purpose. It's not serving your destiny. It's not serving your community. It's not serving your legacy. We're on day 3, y'all. We're talking about when your should becomes a must, and that's why we're having this conversation. We're talking about the fact that you have to choose to be outstanding because there's no other place to be out here in these digital highways. You can't be out here trying to be like everybody else. You have to be outstanding so that you will stand out, so that when people are ready to purchase, they choose you. Because people are not buying your product all the time. They're buying you. Let's talk about what else he said. Oh, he said, somebody, you know what? Can y'all share this live or tag a few people in the live? He said, when you command the day, you don't move with urgency. You move with accuracy. A lot of people want to go fast, fast, fast. Results don't come from what you do occasionally. It comes from what you do consistently. I'm going to put up a little thing here because I got to get up and do something. And I don't want y'all to, I haven't gotten consistent with my eating habits yet. And I think I'm fat as hell. Let's do this for a minute. I'll close my door. Hey, Lulu. Okay, Lulu. Be quiet. That's another reason why I love StreamYard. You can hide behind the camera sometimes. Okay, where were we? So it says, when you command the day, you do not move with urgency, you move with accuracy. Results don't come from what you do occasionally, it comes from what you do consistently. And here's another one that I really love. Check this out, Kimberly. Check this out, Keisha. Slow progress with rhythm is better than fast progress with inconsistency. Whew. I think I want to write that one down. Just give me a second. He said, slow progress with rhythm. I always had a problem spelling that word. Is better than fast progress with inconsistency. Slow progress with rhythm. And we really need to talk about this because, you know, the internet streets are getting a little crazy. But we agree that people jumping around and, you know, and everybody want to do something different after 20 minutes and they don't see a check the first week. So now they want to talk about a new company and this, that, and the third. And we all over the place because they want everything fast, because they haven't developed the discipline to create their rhythm that ultimately will bring their success, that ultimately will get them to that level of outstanding that makes you stand out where people want to buy from you online. See, the digital streets require you to be outstanding. So don't worry about those people who are getting paid fast. And then you see next week, you see them somewhere else. Next week, you see them somewhere else. Next week, you see them somewhere else. It's all good because the streets have changed. If y'all don't know, y'all better ask somebody. And people do move around and everybody has the right to do what they want. But pay attention to the person who is consistent, who comes out every day, every single day, and they focus on their mindset, their movement, and their mastery. Before let's talk about mindset. When they get up in the morning, they make sure that they command their day. They don't run to their phones and check and see who's doing what on Facebook. They run to their book and they read their affirmations, or they run to their Bible or whatever their holy book is, and they read their holy book, or they run to some type of motivation, something to get their mind going. They spend that first part of the day making sure they meditate, they pray, they sit still, they do something to make sure that their mind aligns with their day. They're not running to the internet going, what's Susan and Kim and Keisha and them out there doing? Because they know that ain't got a damn thing to do with what goes in your bank account. What goes in your bank account is going to be determined by you doing the daily activities that will make you outstanding and as a result stand out. Okay, so then they decide I got to do some movement, and this is where I've been falling short because, you know, I don't talk about it a lot, but y'all know I got this little deal with this pain. But, you know, there's a lot of stuff that I could do to do better, and over these 90 days it's going to be part of my routine. But you got to activate your body because what Myron Golden says is that creates energy. When you activate your body, you may not be able to do the highest level of workout, but you could do some deep breathing to get your blood flowing. You could do some stretches. You could do something to get rid of this cottage cheese under here. So you got to move your body. I literally put my yoga mat on the floor this morning because I decided to get up. I can't walk the way I used to just yet, but I can walk around my block 3 times in the morning. Come on, guys. Everybody can do something, right? And then he said mastery. He said a routine without growth is just maintenance. You need to take 15 to 30 minutes of focused growth every single day. You need to be reading a couple pages of a book. You need to be watching a video. You need to master a skill set every day. That's why I love this 90-day run, because every single day, Michelle O'Neill is teaching us a way to be better in the digital marketing space. Because as I said earlier, if you sell any product or service online, I don't care if it's skincare, weight loss, pain management, popcorn, pickles, whatever you sell online, I don't care what it is. If you market it on social media, you are a digital marketer. So would you like to be a poor one? Would you like to be a good one? Would you like to be a great one, or would you like to be outstanding? Because here's what I want you to understand. I'm going to bring this to a close. I can forget about the 10 minutes. I'm going to have to break this down in clips for TikTok. When people come to the internet, they come in 3 different stages. They either come as what we used to call looky Louis. Remember that, Keisha? We used to call them looky Louis. They come. I wrote this down because I didn't want to mess this up. Okay, they come 3 different ways. They're in one of 3 phases. They are coming in the awareness phase. Let's type that on the screen real quick. All right, let's talk about the awareness phase. When somebody shows up on the screen, now we're getting into some digital marketing stuff. We're out of the mindset. When someone shows up on the screen in the awareness phase, they have no intention of buying that particular day. They're just looking. It's like window shopping. They're just window shopping. They don't even know they want to buy something. They're just out here scrolling through the digital streets. That's why you got to learn how to be outstanding, because we're going to teach you how to stop that scroll. Okay, that's another difference. So if they're in the awareness phase, they're just scrolling. That's why it's important for you to learn about hooks and call to actions, because you got to create hooks that make people say, wait a minute, let me stop and look at her video. Wait a minute, something about this video is different. Oh, let me look at that again. Because when you window shopping, think about this in your mind. When you window shopping, right? You in the mall, you window shopping. When you see a dress you like, don't you stop and say, damn, that's a nice dress. Darn, that's a nice pair of shoes. Man, I like this. I like that. You ain't planning on buying nothing, because you ain't got the money probably. But you can look and say, that's a nice dress. And you make a mental note. I got to come back to this store tomorrow. Same thing happens when they come to your internet page. They come to your Facebook, your TikTok, your Instagram, your YouTube page, and they see something like they said, damn, that makes sense what she just said. I got to come check her out tomorrow. They ain't planning on buying nothing because they are in the awareness phase. Put a 1 in the chat if that made sense. If you understand what I'm talking about, put a 1 in the chat if that made sense to you, because now we're going to take you to the next phase, okay? So they either come in the awareness stage, or the next stage that they can particularly come in, or that they can come in, is the consideration phase. Now they come saying, you know what? I'm going out shopping and I need a dress. I need a dress. I ain't gonna buy it on the day, but I'm going to try on some dresses today. I'm going out and I'm going to try on all the black dresses I see because I want a black dress. I'm going to the internet and I'm going to check out all these different businesses out here because I want an online business. I am going out today. I'm not buying nothing today. I'm just looking. Boy, this is good. This is good. This is making me excited. Is this making you excited? So in the consideration phase, they're one step closer to buying. They know that they're going to buy a dress. They know that they want to start an online business. They know that everybody else is making money online and they want to too. So now they're saying, you know what? I'm not just going out looking. I'm out of the awareness phase. I'm actually going to purchase a dress. I just don't know which one yet. This is why digital marketing is so important, because when they come to my page looking for a business and I have the right hook to stop their scroll and they say, you know what? I'm going to just put my email in so that I can see what she's talking about. You know what they just did? They went into the dressing room and they tried on my dress. The minute they put their email in my automation, they just went into the dressing room and tried on my dress. And baby, if that dress feel good to them, guess what they're going to do? They're going to buy it. But if they don't even take your dress into the dressing room, they're not going to buy it. If you don't have a landing page where you can have a complete stranger come and say, okay, I want to see what this is all about. And when they go to this website, now I'm scrolling across the bottom here. Oh, there it is. You see it scroll on the bottom. Get paid daily with Dory.com. That's my dressing room. When they go to get paid daily with Dory.com, they're going to come into this beautiful dressing room where they're going to get all the information they need to know about my business. They're going to learn what the options are. They're going to know what the offers are. They're going to know everything about my business because my dressing room is equipped to serve. Because that's what digital marketing has made me outstanding. I'll tell you a true story. There was a young lady who I sold a $900 program to. Okay. Now, I didn't know this young lady. She actually told me that once I called her to invite her into my community once she purchased, I said, "How did you find out about me?" You know what she said? She said, "I used to be in TLC with you." Right? She said, thank you, Keisha. She said, "I was in TLC with you." Right? And I used to watch you in TLC. Awareness, awareness, awareness. And I always liked you. She said, and when I saw you come to the internet with something different, and you said, put your email in, because I liked you, I put my email in. She said, then I started getting emails from you. One of the 7 things I love about digital marketing is automation. Number 3. See, once a person comes in my dressing room and they put their email in, they go into a system that automatically puts them into an email campaign that says every day for the next 30 days, you're going to get to try on this dress. You're going to learn something else about this dress to make you fall more and more and more and more in love with this dress. So that by the time you get to the third stage, and the third stage is the best one. Oh, who the hell is this? Can y'all hear me? Let me know if y'all can hear me, please, because my phone, I don't know how that phone call got through because my phone is on sleep. I don't know how that got through. Somebody let me know if you can hear me. Ready? Somebody let me know. Can y'all hear me? Put a 1 in the chat or let me know you can hear me. Okay, good. All right. So the third stage that everybody is waiting for is the good one. I'm ready to purchase. I went out window shopping one day. I didn't want nothing in particular. I just felt like going out looking at some dresses because I needed something to do. I came back out because now I wanted a black dress. So now I was in the consideration phase. So in the awareness phase, I ain't got no money. I ain't buying nothing. I ain't trying nothing. I'm just looking. In the consideration phase, I want a dress. Now I'm coming out. I'm going to try on some dresses because I'm considering purchasing a black dress. I'm considering buying an online business. I'm considering to try to determine what it would feel like to get paid online. But I am seriously considering this. I'm going to buy a dress as soon as I find the one I like. Then they come back with the money in their pocket. This particular sister said to me, when I was ready to purchase, after getting those emails, this was a 6-month process. Now, also in the interim of getting those 30-day emails, I would send out something called newsletters. So if I had an event going on, if I had something, all I need to do is make one letter, hit a button, and all the 200 plus people in my email automation got the letter at one time. She said, so I was getting letters from you. I was already watching you because your hooks were stopping to scroll. I knew I wanted online business. So when I got the money, I came back to you. Baby. Can we say it don't get no better than that? When she was ready to make the purchase, she came in and she dropped $900 because she was ready to buy. But what if I didn't have the email automation? What if I didn't communicate with her when she was in a consideration phase? What if she didn't get the emails from me? What if she didn't see me showing up consistently every day online? This is what these 90 days, over the next 90 days, is going to teach you in our digital marketing course. Because for some of us, and I don't know, as I wind down day 3, nothing's going to happen for you until your should becomes a must. I don't know how else to say it to you. Some of us can't get anything done because we just wishing and hoping and singing and praying. Come on, baby. 90 days can change your life. So yesterday, after we talked about shoulds becoming must, she asked us to write our goals. What are your income goals? My goal is to make 30K over the next 90 days with my digital marketing program. And it's so doable. But do you know it only takes 10 customers? Another thing that I love about digital marketing is that we get 100, number 4, 100% profit. So every time somebody purchases a $900 program from me, guess what I get? $900. And guess when I get it? The same day. The only money that's missed from there is that little bit that PayPal or if they decide to use Afterpay, because we do take Afterpay. So whatever PayPal or Square decides to take, that's the only money that comes out of that $900. I get it the same day. I get 100% profit. Even if they choose to use Afterpay, right? And they're paying, say if they choose the 90-day, the $900 program, I think that's 200. What's 900 divided by 4? 900 divided by 4. They're paying $225 every 2 weeks. I get my whole 900 up front. That's the deal between them and Afterpay. Okay, so let's talk about the 3 things that I want you to think about as we walk away. What does time freedom mean to you? See, because when you have an automated system, it gives you back your time. Okay. And why are we using social media? Because everybody's here. I think we answered that question already. Did we answer that question, y'all? Y'all are my 2 top students today. Why are we using social media? Because it makes sense. Because we're no longer dependent on our friends and families and our cousins. Because 5.64 billion people worldwide use the internet daily, and it's over 68% of the global population. Does it make any sense to do anything else? And do you know? Just as I close out, because I'm gonna close out with a testimony. I didn't even know when I came to the internet, when I was in the ready to buy phase. I thought I was just buying another business because I had done business online before. I thought I was just buying another business. Little did I know that I was buying an educational platform that would teach me how to do some things that are now developing other streams of income for me. I am now, because of what I learned in digital marketing, I'm now creating funnels for some of my business owner friends to teach them how to set up lead capture systems so they can start their own automation in their business, even if it's not digital marketing. I just set up a banging funnel yesterday for a good friend of mine, and I promise you that funnel's going to convert because I learned that in my digital marketing course. Okay, so I'll be back tomorrow with day 4. I don't know if we've even gotten our day 4 yet, but you'll see me over the next 90 days. We're going to talk about why you need to stand out, why you need to make a decision to run with us over the next 90 days. Over the next 90 days, the stuff that we're going to learn are going to take you from being good, great, straight past outstanding, all the way to, straight past excellent, all the way to outstanding, so that when people come in the ready to buy phase, they choose your business. Okay, so let me end with this quick testimony. I love this guy's testimony. Listen to this real quick, guys.
Digital marketing. My name is James Bean, and I come from the insurance industry. And I can admit, it was really tough for me to make consistent income, especially with all the chargebacks and the responsibility of chasing people to pay for something that they really couldn't afford. I quickly realized that I needed a reliable business that would give me 100% profit, no monthly fees, residual income, and ownership of my entire business with an automated system that worked for me while I was sleeping. I came across digital marketing, and this changed my life. I was able to make $600 my first day of starting this career, and within my second week, I earned over $2,500. All I was doing was following a simple step-by-step system, working 2 hours a day, and it just taught me how to market on the most popular platforms in the world. Now, I don't know what you do for a living, but digital marketing is a $1 billion a day industry, so there's enough money for everyone.
You heard it. That wasn't me. That was one of my friends in the community. That was one of the people who are in our community who's having a lot of success. As a matter of fact, check this out. This is a girl named Michelle Dirk. She said, holy guacamole, $8,800 in 3 months. I always say, don't ask me when I purchased the program. Ask me when I got serious. See, some people who may have purchased this program before, but you never really worked it the way you should have. So if you get involved in this next 90-day run, or if you start today, or you may have purchased something else, but you don't know what to do with it. I promise you, whatever business you have, if you attach some digital marketing skills to it, it's going to take your business to another level. This girl, Jessica Cox, she's a superstar in our industry, in our community. She made $3,600 on Mother's Day. Somebody might say, oh, that's a lot of money. But you know what Jessica did? 3,600 divided by 900. She found 4 customers. You see that? I'm so excited to get 4 families start their new chapter. See, how much would you make if you sold 4 lipsticks? How much would you make if you sold 4 30-day supply teas? I'm not taking away from anybody, but I'm talking, I love this little high ticket item where 4 customers make you $3,600. Check this one out. Tracy said, $900 ding while taking the grand kiddos to school. 62 new leads. Can't wait to see what the month of May looks like. All this stuff is really happening in our community. This last one I'm sharing is real personal. This is my personal accountability partner, Miss Keisha Cameron. We talk every day on the phone. She said she went live on YouTube using the skills she learned here for 80 minutes, got 5 new leads. This is the point I want you to take home. I met people from Dubai to Jordan to Cincinnati, Ohio, and it was fun sharing the business with them. Baby, it's time to get away from your cousins. And even some of your warm market. Some of us been swimming in that same pool of people for the last 20 years. It's stinky out there. It's stinky out there. It really is. So anyway, I hope that you learned something today. Put a 1 in the chat if you learned something today, even if you're here on the replay. Remember Keisha? Yeah, Keisha did she was on my podcast. So put a 1. Thank you, Kimberly Rogers, for the feedback. I appreciate it. Thank you, Keisha. Thank you so much for all of you who come on the replay. I'm telling you, somebody learned something today and somebody's ready to be outstanding. And if you've been looking, if you've been looking for something to purchase and you're in the ready to purchase phase, I need you to go to getpaiddailyWithDory.com. When you go there, put your email in. I'm going to immediately send you a copy of our free 6-figure blueprint. Once you get that blueprint, you are now a part of my email community and you'll start receiving emails from me. I'm not going to spam you, but I'm going to send you enough so that you can keep going there and trying on the dress, so that when you're ready to purchase, you'll understand that this purchase can change everything. This purchase will not only bring you 100% profit and put you in a position to be outstanding, but you can take what you learn here and apply it to any business that comes your way. So y'all have an outstanding day, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 4. Peace and love, y'all.